this is Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, and the daily support, resistance, and pivot levels. It is Monday, the 31st of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks and the daily support, resistance, and pivot levels. Range bound start to the morning for Bitcoin. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a pullback through to sub 11,650s and the pivot level at 11,647 to support a run at the first major resistance level at 11,813. Going to need to see another broad-based crypto rally for Bitcoin to break out from this morning's high 11,741 and through to 11,800 levels. Expect plenty of resistance at 11,800. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, we got the second major resistance level at 11,897 and resistance at 12,000 that could come into play in the event of another bullish day. A pullback through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,563 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Bitcoin should avoid sub 11,500s. Second major support level sits at 11,397. Looking at the MACD, we've seen another bullish crossover there and a widening of the bullish histogram, supportive of some upward momentum through the morning. The EMAs also pointing to a similar trend. We had the bullish crossover there, the 50 crossing through the 200, and we're seeing a widening of the 50 from the 200 and the 100, supportive of further upside on the day. So key through the morning, avoid a pullback through to sub 11,650s and that pivot level, and a run through to 11,800 levels should support a run at 12s. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, relatively bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fall through the pivot at 3.2205 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 3.3162. Going to need to see support from the broader market for EOS to break out from this morning's high that was at 3.2781. Barring extended rally on the day, resistance at 3.3 and that first major resistance level would likely cap any upside. Another breakout could see EOS target the second major resistance level at 3.3726, but we should see resistance at 3.4 pin back any breakout. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support levels sitting at 3.1641 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see EOS avoid sub 3.1s on the day. Second major support level sits at 3.0684. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bullish crossover and a widening of the bullish histogram supporting this morning's move. And we've got the 50 EMA widen against the 100 and narrow the gap with the 200 supportive of further upside. So key through the morning, avoid a pullback through the pivot at 3.2205 and move through to 3.3s to then break out for first major resistance level. Moving across Ethereum against the US dollar, slightly bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 419 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 439.81. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from the morning high 430.55. Expecting plenty of resistance at 430. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, that first major resistance level will cap any upside. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level set at 408.15 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 400s. Second major support level sits at 387.37. Looking at the MACDs, we've seen a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms, but nothing to suggest a bearish crossover just yet. Looking at EMAs, we're seeing that 50 widen the gap from the 100 and the 200, supportive of another breakout on the day. Key through the morning, avoiding sub 420s and a run through the morning high of 430.55 to then target resistance levels and 440. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning here. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fall through the pivot at 0.2803, to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 0.2865. Going to need to see an extended crypto rally for Ripple's XRP to break out from this morning's high 0.28465. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, that first major resistance level will cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, expect resistance at 0.29 to come into play. Second major resistance level sits at 0.2901. A pullback through the morning's low and through the pivot level at 0.2803 would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2767 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.27s. Second major support level sits at 0.2705. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a bullish crossover there and a widening of the bullish histogram, supportive of this early morning move. We're also seeing the 50 EMA widen the gap from the 100 and narrow the gap to the 200, supportive of a positive day ahead. Key through the morning, avoiding the pivot at 0.2803, a breakout through that first major resistance level to then target 0.29 levels.